Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, sellssi. Today we're going to talk about my possible 26 that will be making the final list for Qatar 2022. Otto, according to multiple reports, is set to name his squad ahead of the Qatar 2022 World Cup on Friday. Last week, he brought out the 55-man provisional list. It will be trimmed down to 26, and I'll be telling you which players I think will make the cut for the 26. I talked about players who might not be included in the final 26, who will be excluded. Today we're going to look at those who will be in there. We'll also hear from former FIFA president Sepp Blatter. He has indicated that he made a mistake in awarding Qatar the right to host the World Cup. Why? We'll have a listen to his words exactly. We're also going to talk about the reports making the round about players that are going to miss out on Qatar. Reportedly, the local-based players are all out. We'll talk about that in my final 26, as well as countries that have already named their final 26-man squad. We'll look at them also. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. So we'll jump right into it, and we'll talk first and foremost about former FIFA president Sepp Blatter's comment on regretting giving Qatar the hosting rights. But before then, we're still voting for the Sports Content Creator of the Year. Sahara Football is in there. Hopefully, we get this award. Keep on voting. Link is the first comment pinned here. Also, purchase our merch. Links are in the description. Merch, Sahara Football merch. We want to be in Qatar, and your support through this goes a long way to helping us get there. FIFA president Sepp Blatter has commented on Qatar hosting the World Cup. He says that he regrets voting for Qatar to host the World Cup. You know, when Qatar got the World Cup hosting rights, a lot of countries were angry. A lot of people thought there was bribery and corruption in there. Well, there was an investigation and revealed that exactly what happened. Now, FIFA president Sepp Blatter said he made a mistake giving Qatar the World Cup. This is what he said: the selection of Qatar to host the World Cup was a mistake, and I assume the responsibility as the FIFA president at the time. He said the choice was bad. It's too small of a country. Football and the World Cup are too big for it. Wow. It's quite interesting. He's now coming out to say this. I think it's belated, quite belated, and I don't know why he's now making these comments. I don't know what the aim of these comments are, but it's clear Qatar is a very small country, and there were issues with accommodation and everything owing to that when we were also planning on being in Qatar for the World Cup. And I think he is right. He should have thought of that. I really don't know this retrospective comment, what is set to do for us. There were countries that wanted to host the World Cup, and they were not given the chance. Qatar was giving the chance, and now you're telling us you made the wrong decision. So what influenced the decision? Is he admitting there were bribery and corruption charges that were leveled against him? Is he confessing to that? Well, we'll never know. Investing $200 billion to host the tournament, Qatar, that's what they did, and they would hope that everything will be up for it. We're going to Qatar for the World Cup. It's too late to think about giving the hosting rights to another country. He added that FIFA in 2012 amended the criteria it used to select host countries in light of the concerns over the working conditions at the tournament related to construction sites in Qatar. Too little, too late. I think it will not do as much. Otto is set to name his squad on Friday, and the reports are making the rounds that some locally based players, all of them, will not be included in his final 26 to make the World Cup. Also, there are injury concerns to Daniel Kofi Tre and Kamaldeen Sulemana. So he's working around it to see if they can be fit in time to play for Ghana. We do not want a situation where we send a player to the World Cup and then he is not 100% fit. Owing to the rumors I've heard and everything concerning the injuries and everyone who could possibly be in there, I'm ready to give my final 26 based on concrete information I've gathered and information I've gotten. These are the 26 players who will be going to Qatar. But before I delve into it, 6 countries have already named their squads. They are Brazil, Australia, Japan. They've named their squad. Costa Rica and Senegal. Then Denmark as well have named their squad. Christian Eriksen will be in there. Let's get to Ghana's possible 26 for Qatar. Now for the goalkeepers, I think the usual suspects: Jojo Wolacott, Richard Ofori, and Abdul Manaf Nuruddin. These three will be our men for the job in Qatar. For the defenders, Alexander Djiku, Daniel Amate, Mohamed Salisu, Tariq Lamte, Gideon Mensah, Abdul Babaraman, Dennis Odoi, and Joseph ADDO. Yes, I think these are the guys that will be in defense for us. I picked out 8 defenders based on information I gotten now. I think these are the guys that will be in defense for Ghana. For the midfielders, Thomas Partey, midfielders and wingers, I'm putting them all together. Thomas Partey, Kudus Mohammed, Baba Idrisu. I think these guys will be the first 3 names in midfield. Jordan Ayew, Andre Ayew, Salis Abdul Samed, Osman Bukhari, Abdul Fattah Isahaku, Joseph Paintsel, Jeffrey Schlupp, Mubarak Wakasu, and Majid Ashimeru. Yes, I'm hearing Wakasu will be included at the expense of players like Elisha Owusu. That is the latest I am getting, and it's looking possible that will happen. Wakasu recently joined CAS Upen, getting some playing time, and I think the handlers of the team are looking at him to be in there with his experience, his swashbuckling tackling, which many of them are fans of. Wakasu looks set to make a return to the team. Remember what happened in the AFCON 2021. Mubarak Wakasu was included in the Ghana Black Stars team. Never kicked the ball. It turned out he was not 100% fit, and he was in the final squad. A debacle that was. A $20,000 appearance fee they all got, and he did not kick a ball. He did not help the team in any way. Why was our medical team so bad at the time? Well, the one who recommended that was removed ultimately. So we hope that something like that doesn't happen. So you notice I missed out 2 key players, Kamaldeen Suleiman and Daniel Kofi. If those 2 are not fit, what I just mentioned will be our midfield. If those 2 are fit, it will look like Majid Ashimeru and possibly Osman Bukhari would miss out on it, and those 2 will come back in. So those 2, Kamaldeen and Tre, are out right now because they are still injured. A timeline on when they will come back and whether it will be in time for the World Cup will be settled on before possibly their inclusion is done. For the strikers, Iñaki Williams, Felix Afenajan, Antoine Semenyo, and Kwesi Ochre Rector. So these are the 26 players who could be heading to represent Ghana in Qatar 2022. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on this one here. Talking about the comments of former FIFA president Sepp Blatter on giving Qatar the hosting right. In retrospect, he says it was a bad decision. Also talking about the players or the countries that have named their final squad, 6 so far out of the 32, 26 more to name their squad, including Ghana. Also been talking about the Free Abani and other local players who are called that set to be removed from the final list. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your evening.